Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Spring 2021 Solar Car presentation. I am the Telemetry Subteam lead. My name is Nathan Trudeau, and let me allow my team members to introduce themselves.
Hello, I'm Tanner Backus.
Hello, my name is Kunal.
Hi, I'm Sharon.
Hello, I'm Malhar.
And that makes up our Telemetry Subteam. So before we get started here, I would like to do a big picture diagram for the viewers here. So to first start, our brain of our telemetry system comes down to the Raspberry Pi. And essentially our solar car is going to be producing electronic control unit data from various sensors, whether that's the BMS, the solar charger, the MPPT, maybe the motor control unit, or anything that would essentially give us data for the driver's purpose or for post-race analysis or live race analysis purposes as well.
And starting off of the quarter, what we did was we tested the pegboard telemetry system to ensure that it was working as expected before we use this as a model to actually create a wire harness for the final version of the car. And then we also, moving on, verify the electronic control unit system and data. Just like the pegboard, we had to test to make sure that the BMS that we had, the battery management system, was working properly and as expected, and to make sure that we understood how to actually wire it up to a battery. And this allowed us to check to make sure the data that we were getting was expected.
A vital part of our system is to collect data in real time and be able to analyze it. So we've created a SQL server on a computer. This computer receives data from the solar car through radio modules and stores it in the database. It then displays it in the format shown below. This will allow people to keep track of how the solar car is doing remotely, so that if there's an issue, they can notify the driver. Now that we finished the pegboard, we've been able to verify that our telemetry system is working. So we started disassembling it, taking apart some of the telemetry components so that we can move it onto the actual car in the manufacturing process. So that's the next step now, just moving it onto the physical car.
Yeah, exactly like Kunal was saying. Since we've verified all of our systems, we're now able to take apart our entire pegboard, and that includes our dashboard. So we worked closely with the mechanical subteam to encapsulate this dashboard and create input and output ports so that we can still access and provide data for our Raspberry Pi without any hindering of blockages when it comes to encapsulations and such. And on top of that, we also did encapsulate other various telemetry systems. Below, you will see a picture of our lights controller unit. This unit is its only job is to read from the blinkers or the headlights and essentially update the dashboard or the Raspberry Pi whenever those lights are activated.
And at the end of the quarter, what we ended up doing was going to Urban Workshop to wire check measurements for the wire links on the chassis that we have, and we use those wire measurements in Engineering Tower to cut the wires for the actual wire links that we needed to make a wire harness. And yeah, so what we did to actually get that working out was we mapped it onto the floor with tape for different encapsulation sections to make sure that it was the way that we needed the wire harness to be, and then we just bound all those together with zip ties.
Right. And at the moment, this isn't the most optimal way for us to plan our wire harness integration. So right now we're working on different methods of kind of mapping out our chassis, given the fact that we are between workspaces. Electrical team is primarily been on campus, whereas our mechanical team and as well as our actual chassis has been off campus. So it's been a challenge for our electrical team to find the best way to integrate remotely, essentially, without going to one workspace or the other too many times and going in between. But however, I would like to say that we've made a lot of really great progress given our circumstances. And moving into the summer of 2021, as well as the year of 2022, our team is looking to finally create its first rolling vehicle with an integrated electrical system that actually provides the driver with data, as well as gives us post-race analysis, and actually performs well off of one primary battery. However, at the moment, our systems are still in development, and we are working towards those goals every day. But with our limited time and space, we do have some struggles with that. But again, we are working every single day to make sure those struggles kind of pass as they will, and we can get through them together. So that does wrap up our spring 2021 telemetry presentation. We thank you for coming, and we hope that you continue to follow our team's progress.